So the number one phrase, and a lot of guys, well, how did you get all of this? And it's funny, when I hired the models for Womanese Volume 3, one of the models asked me, well, what research did you do? Is this based on research? She said, is this based on research? I said, no, this is based on personal experience. Want the job or not? She's like, okay, I'll take the job.
Yeah.
She didn't want to miss out on that money.
Yep.
But again, I've heard everything, dude. I can't even, like, my mind it just wants to explode. I've heard every phrase, question that every woman has ever said to a man 1,000 times. And you start to see patterns, right? Like, you start to see, oh, okay, so when a girl says this, she usually means this. The number one phrase that I heard girls say in terms of what they said versus what they mean, and I'm sure you guys have heard this, is, I don't normally do this, right?
But bro, when she says that, you're just like,
yeah. It's like, and dude, it's funny, man. I had this one girl back at my place. I hadn't even banged her. She's like, I don't normally do this. I was like, whoa, slow down there. I'm not like, what are we doing here? I'm trying to save myself for marriage, and that kind of loosened things up because I could tell that she was hesitant. For sure, she wanted to bang, but she didn't want to look like a you know what.
Yep.
Part of the reason why girls tell you I don't normally do this is they want to, not only they don't want to look like a you know what.
Yeah.
Sausage collector, bone collector, I guess. They don't want to look like that to you. Number one. Number two, they want to make you feel special.
Yeah.
They want to make you feel, I don't normally, and see, again, she says, I don't normally do this. Translation, what she says, what this means is, I do this all the time. But what she wants to make you think is that you are somehow special.
Selling purity, baby. Dude, selling purity.
There it is.
Girls, that's what they
do.
do.
I don't normally
purity.
do this, but you are so awesome. You are so awesome. I'm going to do this with you tonight. 37 minutes after you approach me on the Vegas Strip, right? Like, and guys, understand this. You will never be her first. You will never be her biggest. You'll never be her best. You'll never be her only. Guys, women are never not banging. You are not special. She just wants you to think that you are. So that's part of the sell job, that when they tell you, I don't normally do this, they're trying not to look like an S word, but they want to make you feel that you're somehow unique or special. So that's the number one.
Can I add to that? It's funny because whenever I hear that phrase, I'm like, yo, I'm getting some tonight. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
It's coming, and I know what it is. So you're right, 100%.
Yep. Yeah. Listen, 100%, man. And the reason why, let me just rewind here. Women are not designed to be. They're not designed to be direct, right?
Yep.
And there's so many guys in this community. Why can't girls just say what they mean? That's not what they do.
Yeah.
That's not what they do. If you expect a girl, I just want a girl to be straight up with me, fam. It's gonna be a long wait,
Survival.
man.
Survival.
Yeah, that's how it is. Women can't, like, the thing is this, man, and this was part of the female id too. Women want to maintain that air of mystery and aura and mystery and intrigue, right? But then when guys like us come along, we sort of lift the veil. That's why when girls say, we don't do that. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You just want to remain mysterious. No. Girls burp, fart, and shit just like everybody else. They just do it in a different way. That's what you have to understand. So girls like being coy. It's almost like they can't show you their hand, because as soon as they show you their hand, guess what? They don't have any more leverage. That's why they keep their hand as close to the vest as possible. So when she tells you, I haven't been in a relationship in 2 years, right?
Yeah.
What she means is I've been fucking dudes by the truckload off of Tinder for 2 years. She wants you to think that she's been living in a convent somewhere waiting for Jesus Christ himself to hand deliver her Mr. Right. But it hasn't been Jesus Christ. It's been Donovan Sharp delivering her Mr. Right now.
Exactly.
That's what that is.
Girls are never single. Never single.
Yeah, and especially a single chick, man, like a hot chick, like your 8s, 9s, 10s. Bruh, that definitely, those chicks,
she belongs to the street.
1,000% community property, man. Because you're never going to be able to compete with the dudes that, like, we did a whole episode on this with dealing with 9s and 10s.
Yeah.
And you're never going to be able to really like compete with the suitors and the suckers that are going to hang out with them. Because let me tell you guys something, man. Me and Fresh are dealing with this right now, actually, with a couple of chicks.
Real talk.
Yep.
Like, if a guy makes a lot of money and he's willing to trick, he's going to beat you every single time.
Facts.
That's right.
No matter how much game you have, I hate to say it, guys, like these chicks that are 9s and 10s, etc., they're going to get the bag over meeting you for a coffee, bruh. Like, that's just the reality.
Guys, game only goes so far.
Yeah.
But then money and game goes way further.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and quite frankly, if you only got game and then one other guy only got money, he's going to probably beat you, bro.
Because he's going to offer things that you can't offer.
Yeah.
And by default, what is it? Lifestyle. She wants to have fun.
Yep.
What's she going to go with? The guy with a yacht.
And in today's society with Instagram and everything like that, that's just how girls are. Because the marketplace now is the sexual marketplace is global.
It's a
so girls are like getting flown out. Girls are hanging out with celebrities, whatever it may be. bro, almost every chick I've like went out with here in Miami has had some kind of situation where she either dealt with a celebrity, she was invited to a party, invited to some kind of, or has a sugar date, some kind of situation where she was inadvertently put in front of a high value guy without having to try. Whereas like for us, which I always talk about, men and women aren't the same. And a big reason why we're not the same is as a man, you have to perform, right? Like if you don't perform as a guy, you're not going to get chicks. If a girl doesn't perform, however, she can still get high value guys if she's hot enough. She can still get a celebrity, a rapper, head DMer.
Listen, exactly, that's her performance is being hot, right? And Rich Cooper says this all the time. Girls, we as men, we have to build value. Women simply have to preserve it.
Facts.
And a lot of people, a lot of guys, it's not fair that 5s and 6s can get way more sausage than a guy who's an 8, a 9, or a 10 can get tacos. That's the way it is, man. Girls, dude, man, listen, man, check this out. All girls have to do is keep it on the road. That's it.
Just show up.
Just show up. Keep the train on the tracks, keep the car on the road, and you're set. If a girl gets to 18 years old, she doesn't even have to be good looking. She can be average looking. If she gets to 18 years old as a virgin with no tattoos, she doesn't start smoking, and she doesn't have any crazy tattoos or crazy piercings, that's a lottery ticket. She can, dude, she will command the respect of high value men the world over because she is a commodity. So many girls blow their lottery winnings in their teens, but then they expect to collect when they're 35. No, sweetie, like you already cashed in on that. You don't get to cash in on all the easy sausage when you're young and hot, and then cash in when you're 35 and used up later. It doesn't work that way.
Donovan, can I tell you? I know 18-year-old girls right now, just turned 18, right?
Yeah,
they have their cars paid for.
Oh,
mortgage,
Jesus.
Rent paid for.
Wow.
And whatever they want, these dudes are buying them Birkin bags, all these stuff. And I'm like, yo, you think she can mess with a regular dude with game? No. It doesn't matter how much game you have, bro.
Yeah.
Like this is how you could tell guys really in the game.
Wait, real quick. Yeah. You can still smash those girls, but you have to understand that you're only going to be smashing her. See, girls like that who are sponsored, they step out on their men all the time with dudes like us, right? Because, dude, when I was in Vegas, I messed with girls who were sugar babies. I messed with girls who had houses paid off and all this other kind of stuff. I knew that I was never going to lock that girl down because she was always spoken for. So a lot of guys in this community, well, if you have money and looks, you can get all the girls. Okay, fair enough. But she's stepping out on those guys with dudes like us. But on the flip side, we have to understand you can't catch feelings for these girls because she's not leaving the guy with the Lamborghini in the penthouse in Miami or in Vegas for you with your little listen, you dig her down, you make her feel, you give her that roller coaster of emotions, but you can't give her the other side of that. And when it comes to hypergamy, a woman is never going to leave beta bucks for alpha fucks. She'll go fuck alpha fucks all day long. Yeah. She's never leaving beta bucks. That's what you have to understand.
My thing is, some of these guys want to wipe these chicks up. I'm like, no, you
can't. What are you doing?
They want 9s and 10s. No, you don't know what 9s and 10s do. You don't know what they do, so you don't really want that because when you really get one, you're like, yo, this is not.
Listen, 9s and 10s, the reason why 9s and 10s are community property is because everybody or all the high value men smash them. They just pass these girls around. This is why we say these girls belong to, dude. The same.
She belongs to the streets.
Like every dude out there who owns, like, let's say there's 10 guys out there who own a yacht, right? Got 10 yacht owners. Circle. Dude, they can talk 20. They're Eskimo brothers 24 times over. Oh, you smashed Teresa? Oh, word, you smashed oh, for real? You smashed Stefania too? They smash the same girls, man. They just pass these girls around, so they belong to the community. Donovan, you will never own those girls.
Can you tell Donovan what happens with us on Instagram?
Yeah, so it happens all the time where we got girls that, and here's the thing you guys got to understand too when you're dealing with like the top tier chick, like very attractive women, right? Like, they're going to be very flaky all the time because they got the beta bucks.
Yep.
So when he's in town, they're going to deal with him. But when he leaves, then that's when she'll be a little bit more responsive, whatever. That's when you got to set up the date and go out with her. And you got to understand that you ain't going to wife her. You're not going to take her serious. None of that, because girls like that, there are, just like Donovan said, they're spoken for. There's a chick right now that there's a couple of chicks that me and Fresh are dealing with. Like, we look at their stories. They're in a Lambo one day, they're in a Rolls Royce the other day. They show Birkin bags, whatever.
You will
but
only
they're still
smash
talking
her.
to us.
You'll never own her.
Exactly.
You'll only smash her.
Those types of chicks, and some suckers paying,
bro. Literally,
some suckers paying for that. Go ahead.
No, literally, like I'll follow a girl on Instagram, right? I'll date her, whatever. Say, yo, you seen this girl before? Fresh? Like, yeah, I just had her here. And no, she's dating Myron. It's like, yo, what?
Oh, word.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eskimo brothers, man. Listen, these girls, dude, all of these girls get passed around.
Yeah.
And listen, don't get me wrong, man. These girls are so good at making you feel like you're the one. Even though they have a guy with a Lambo paying all her bills and she's coming and smashing you, she's not leaving you for that guy. She'll bang you all day long. Like you listen, you'll get the ass, but you're not ever getting, you will never possess her. No one will ever possess her. Not even the guy who sponsors her really owns her because she's running around on him. Just understand, you can only smash these girls. These girls are only good for bone collecting. That's
don't wife those chicks up. We got a couple super chats real quick. A lot of game for you guys there. A lot of RPs being dropped, but guys, this is the reality. Simple Coder with the 999 super chat. Do women really find you more attractive in your 30s, assuming you take care of your body, finances, game, etc.? Does being in your 30s make you more handsome? Yeah, I guess we can get into the Q&A. Guys, phone lines are open. 515. It's 515-605-9740. So we'll answer some of these questions right now. Yeah, man, absolutely, man. You guys got to understand that as a man, as you get older, the things that make you attractive take time to acquire. And in your 30s, you can absolutely get girls still. The biggest mistake I think that blue pill guys make is thinking they adhere to the same mating timeline as a woman. That's why they're running down the aisle at 29 years old, marrying a chick that's 31 or 27 or 28. She's about to hit the wall thing. And he's like, oh, I'm about to get old too. It's like, nah, bro. Women will always try to shame you. Oh, you're 30 years old in the club? What's wrong with you? It's like, nah, baby, I'm not like you. I'm the 21-year-old now. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm the hot 21-year-old.
Listen, if you guys haven't heard anything we've said now, understand this. If you're 36 years old and you're a man with RP awareness, okay, you are the hot 19-year-old. Right? Like that's the equivalent. You as a 37-year-old who has himself together is the hot 19-year-old. The world is your oyster. So just understand that you are in the power position at that point. When you're in your 20s, you're supposed to get played by girls. You're supposed to get your heart broke. You're supposed to be working on yourself. By the time you start to get a little gray in your beard, a little bit of gray in your hair, that's when the real fun begins.